vegan smoked gouda mac and cheese. Ooh, it was delicious. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another video. So we are hopping right on in, and I'm going to be adding about 2 cups of vegetable broth to a pot, and then I'm going to add the rest ways of water, so about 2 cups of water. Once that comes to a boil, you want to add about a tablespoon of vegan butter, and then we're going to add in our noodles. Give them a nice little stir so that they don't stick. You don't need salt, honey. Just stir them up real good and they won't stick. Okay, so we're going to let those cook and come to a boil. Now when they are al dente, we're going to strain the remaining water off of the noodles, and then we're going to make our roux or sauce. So I'm using 1 cup of cashew milk, and these are the cheeses that I will be using. So I'm going to be using the 4 Mexican cheese, this smoked Gouda cheese, and also some vegan parmesan. No cheddar this time, y'all, which is going to be a first for us. So I was hoping that this was going to be very good, and it was. Okay, so anyway, I'm adding a handful of the 4 Mexican blend, a handful of the vegan parmesan, and then I'm going to add about 4 slices of that smoked Gouda, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and let that simmer and let the cheese melt down. While that's happening, we're going to put our hot mac and cheese noodles into a bowl so that we can mix everything in. Now you want to make sure it is still hot when you add in your cream cheese. I am using about a half of 8-ounce container of vegan cream cheese. I'm also going to season it up with salt and pepper. That's all the type of seasoning I like in my mac and cheese. Of course, you could do what you like, but you know, just salt and pepper for me. And then I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of vegan butter and give this a nice little mix. Now you want to make sure that you mix this very, very well, because the key is to melt all of this cream cheese and butter down. Again, I have said this before in my previous mac and cheese videos. You do not want lumps of cream cheese in your mac and cheese. That is just disgusting. You want all this to be smooth, and you want it all to be mixed out very, very evenly. Once everything is melted down, you want to make sure that you mix your cheese sauce and to get that nutritional yeast all nice and mixed in. Now once this is mixed in, as you can see, it's bubbling on simmer, child. You don't want it to stick. So if it starts sticking, take it off the heat. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and pour it into our mac and cheese, and of course give this a nice little mix. And then we're going to make sure that this is mixed as well, very, very well. Okay, you want this cheese sauce to be all over the place. Okay. Once you got it into the baking dish, you want to go ahead and just flatten the top out, because we're going to add some more cheese on top. The only cheese I used on top was the 4 Mexican blend. Of course, you can put more cheese on top if you like, but you want to go ahead and pop that into the oven, bake it on 400 until the top is nice and melty and bubbly, child. And then once you take it out, it's going to be good and delicious. Y'all have to try this recipe. This is how it turned out. Comment down below. Let me know if you're going to try it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.